Chess video, we are going to look for some amazing chess tricks and traps as black, where white plays e4, we reply e5, knight to f3 attacking the center pawn, knight to c6 protecting it, bishop to c4 beginning with Italian game, and then come bishop to c5, Kyoko piano game. Now we play d3 as white, and this is the most common reply that you can expect as white, since both the bishops are developed to attack the f7 pawn and to play bishop to g5 attacking the queen. So you can understand that d3 move is amazing for white. Well, in this position, if you are as black, then what you can do? Well, you can play d6, or you are going to think to play x6, protecting the this square for preventing your enemy bishop to jump to g5 and to attack the queen. So you are not allowing your bishop, your opponent's bishop to jump to where. Well, you all play knight to f6 in this position even. Now these three are the most common replies as black. But yes, there's one secret move that you must have knowledge about, and that is playing f5. Well, if we play f5 in this position, there is no need to be scared, since you are feeling that we have got an open diagonal for our king. So you are going to think that white is going to be easy and white is going to have a lot of advantage, since it can use its pieces for attacking our king, as we have created an open diagonal. Well, there is no need to worry. Let's look for it only. Here we play knight to g5 in this position. Now this variation is similar like right lever attack, right? In this position, what you can do is you can play knight to h6 protecting the f7 square from further attacks by the knight. Well, these are all the possible outcomes. But if you play knight to f6 in this position, then you have forgot that queen can jump to h5, giving a check. Now in this position, you can try anything like playing king to f8. You lost the ability of castling, and if you lost the ability of castling, then this is completely sure that you are going to lose the game, since you can see all the pieces, all your enemy pieces are attacking it. Well, in this position, if we play g6, then it can capture the knight. So this means this is not a good move. Playing knight to x6 is not a good move. So in this position, what you can do is play f4, blocking the way of the bishop. And this knight is undefended, so you can capture the next move. Now comes knight to f7, creating a fork. Queen to x4 as expected. Now I want to share some amazing experience, and that is if white captures the rook, then queen to f2 is a checkmate. Say goodbye to your opponent, since that's a completely checkmate, which means that you are going to make fool to your opponent. You are going to back. If your opponent has an idea about the checkmate, now what you are going to do? So if your opponent is quite smart, so opponent can play castling, which is an amazing move, and this move you can expect from white. Well, now what you can do in this position? So in this position, what you can do is you can play knight to f6. Now we have created a position for our rook where rook can come over here and attack our knight. Now you are always going to expect from white that white is going to capture the rook. So white also captures the rook. And this is the move that is going to be played by 75% of the players as per the database. Where in this position knight to g4 comes, threatening the checkmate. So checkmate is more important. Well, in this position, I want to share you something else. This bishop, this knight, and queen all are attacking towards the same pawn. So this means that we have all our pieces towards the enemy king. and we all want the enemy king dead. While in this position, extreme, preventing the checkmate, and this is the easiest way where white can prevent the checkmate. Otherwise, say goodbye to your opponent, since that will be the checkmate. Well, in this position, don't think that bishop is going to capture it. Instead, in this position, what we are going to do is knight takes f2, rook captures f2, means rook captures the knight. We capture back from the queen, giving a check. Now, if king goes to the corner, what you can do in this position? No need to worry. In this position, play f3, threatening the checkmate in one. So white captures it back, and then comes d5. d5 is attacking the bishop, and bishop can take to x3, threatening the checkmate in the next move. Well, if your opponent is quite smart to understand your planning, that you are going to capture it, so white is going to look for something. Well, white cannot do anything in this position except for playing something like d4, since white is completely lost here. Well, if white bishop captures it, then play bishop takes x3, and congratulations, you are going to win the game the next move. Remember, if queen comes over here, then there is a checkmate. So say congratulations to yourself, you are going to win the game. Well, going back to our position, in this position, we are attacking the king, giving a check. Now king went to x1, right? Now what if king goes to x2? Well, in this position, let's follow the same plan. Play d5, attacking the bishop, and opening, playing d5, attacking the bishop, and now our bishop is open. Well, I want to share you something amazing that you have never seen. Bishop takes d5. Now in this position, many of you are going to think that I have shown you playing d5. Now I have opened the bishop, so I must sacrifice the bishop. Well, sacrificing the bishop can also be the possible valuation, but in this position, the best continuation for black is bishop to g4, and I'm very sure you are all shocked with this move. Well, queen captures it, there's a checkmate, say goodbye to your opponent. And in this position, pawn captures it back, then comes queen to x4, giving a checkmate. And that's all. So in this position, you can understand that playing Lucchini Gambit as black is a very nice variation, even after we have lost the rook. Okay, we are coming back to our position. In this position, once again, we all look that knight captures the rook, then there's a checkmate. Well, going back in this position, we look for something else, and the amazing reply, and that is g3. Now g3 is attacking the queen. Well, we all look for castling as well, and castling was completely a mistake by white. So white is once again aware for it. Black has to counter g3. What you can do in this position as black? Well, the very important variation that you must understand is that you can play queen to x3, breaking the queen over here and threatening the rook. And of course, we are blocking the way of castling for our enemy king, since we don't want our enemy king to be safe longer. In this position, knight takes on the rook. We play d5, attacking the bishop. Bishop comes to g4 in this position, attacking the queen. Now you can once again expect many variations in this position, like f3. Well, if white plays f3, now what you can do in this position? Ignore your bishop and capture the pawn. Now we allowed your opponent to take the bishop. Your opponent captures it. We play g2. attacking the rook. And remember, rook cannot jump over here since bishop can capture it. So congratulations, you can promote this to queen. And if you have double queens, then that's all for winning the queen game. Well, going back in this position, you can win the queen the next move. So if white is becoming over smart and it plays king to e2, nice. In this position, if you feel like to finish the game very early, then what you can do is you can play knight to d4, king action, and you have attacks on all ways. Coming back to our position, in this position we all understand the major reply, playing f4, blocking the way of bishop. Well, in this position we look for knight jumping to f7. Now, what if bishop comes to f7, giving a check? Then there is no need to worry since you have lost the ability to castle as your king goes to f8. But remember, this knight is under attack. Queen can capture it. You can capture the bishop after the queen captures the knight. Now, if white plays bishop taking to g8, which means that white want to exchange the pieces and to bring this knight back. That's all white can do in this position. Even white expect you to take the bishop. Well, we must not play for expectations, and at this position, queen captures the g5 knight, and bishop goes back, and then capture the g2 pawn attacking the rook. You are going to threaten the checkmate also, and this the ancient gives you massive 4 points advantage. Well, in this position, even after you have lost the ability of castling, since you can have a lot of attacks, flicking knight over here, giving checks, and that's all that you can do. Your position will be amazing if you play carefully. We'll look for some amazing variations where white plays knight to g5, but let's look for something else. Now, what if white accepts the gambit? Where in this position we take the control on the center, attacking the bishop. Bishop goes to b5, pinning the knight, and this knight can capture the center pawn. And you can expect white to capture this pawn since we don't care about this pawn. We play knight to e7. If white captures the pawn, then castle, and that's all you can do. What you can expect is if white captures the knight, then captures back from the pawn, bishop goes back, and then comes the stunning bishop sacrifice, where if king takes it, then knight takes on f5, and once again you can bring out your queen to f6 and can have a lot of attacks towards your enemy king. Your enemy king has lost the ability of castling. Even you are a minor piece down, still you have a lot of advantages.